Hey girls, this is Katie. I am 17 weeks pregnant today, and I think you may be able to tell I'm still rocking a sinus infection. It started as a cold last week, right after I made my last vlog, and it's just progressed, and I was really sick all weekend, and I missed a day of work, and I've been slowly recovering, but I still feel kind of crappy, which I guess isn't too bad to be all the way to this point, and except for that crazy allergy I had way back in the 7th or 8th week, I think, I really haven't had too much sickness. So this is my first little minor illness. It's mostly just annoying. But big news this week is during the past week I did feel a little bit of baby movement. Because I was sick and spending so much time like in bed and on the couch, way more than I was more still than I have been in months. So I think the first day that I noticed that it was probably 16 weeks and 2 days, and yeah, all I can say is it wasn't anything super specific. Definitely something I haven't felt before, and it was really low. And it was just sort of like a tickly, fluttery feeling like people describe. And when I first felt it, I just thought, that's got to be something else, you know, whatever. I thought, no, that's not enough. But then I felt the same thing the next day, and then a few days later, I felt the same thing. So at this point, I'm pretty comfortable with saying that I did feel the baby move in this past week, so that's awesome. I can't wait for it to get sort of more noticeable and for Mike to be able to feel it. He's been trying, but like I know it's way too early for that. One other weird thing that happened this week, because I was spending my cats. This is the second cat, Marcos, by the way. If you see me doing something on my lap, I'm just petting my cat. But one day I noticed I had what I think was a Braxton Hicks contraction, which is weird. I think it's super early for that, but you know, Dr. Internet says it's not totally unheard of. But it wasn't painful. It's just I was turning over in bed and I noticed that my uterus, like my uterus is really, really noticeable to feel now. It's just, I swear I can feel growth there like every day. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like shocked. Like I forget that it's going to be this like huge hard thing in my abdomen. And then I find it again every morning. I'm like, oh gosh, it's so much bigger. So anyway, I rolled over and that my whole uterus just got really, really like rock hard. Like I said, it didn't hurt, but I noticed. I just couldn't press on my uterus at all. It was just that hard. And it lasted about a minute. And then it went away, and it hasn't happened since. So I'm definitely going to mention it to my midwife at my next appointment. But yeah, from what I can tell, I think that's what it is. So I don't know. Hopefully it's not a sign of anything bad. I think it's just one of these things. And for some reason it happened kind of early, the first one for me. So I don't have a whole lot to report this week other than that. Nothing too special happening. I wanted to show some of the things I'm using to prevent stretch marks. I really don't know how much preventing you can actually do just by using lotion. And I know that I am sort of predisposed to them anyway, so I'm going to get some stretch marks, I'm sure. But it's winter, it's, you know, the air is really dry. The air is always really dry here. But I've been using different lotions, and I wanted to show you guys. I'm a big fan of body butters. I really actually hate the feel of lotion, but if I use body butter before I go to bed, then I don't notice the feeling so much, and it has a lot of time to absorb. So these are ones I already had. This is mango scented. The brand is like Delon or something like that. This one, the brand is Tree Hut, and it's Shea body butter. Coconut lime, kind of into the tropical thing. And then this is from the Body Shop, and it is actually cocoa butter. So I just keep one in different areas of the house and use those every once in a while. Also, after I get out of the shower, I've been using this oil. This is Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula Moisturizing Body Oil. And it's super, super thin. So you have to sort of like apply it fast and give yourself some time to dry. But this, to me, smells, it smells so much like chocolate. I like chocolate. I'm not a huge fan of the scent of chocolate. This one, if you've ever been to, I think it's like called Hershey Park or something in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's like an amusement park next to the Hershey's factory. And they pipe out the scent of chocolate like into the air of the town. And I went there a couple times as a kid. And I swear they must just like run cocoa butter through some sort of a fan or something, because it is exactly this scent. I think about it every time I use it. The fetus's size this week, I wanted to use a visual. One of my apps said the size of a turnip, and I don't really know anyone who uses turnips enough to know offhand what that looks like. So I kept looking for other comparisons. Somebody said an onion, but the fetus is between 4.5 and 5 inches this week, and my onion here is pretty small. Somewhere else said baked potato, and I don't have any regular potatoes, I just have a sweet potato, and this one is too big too, I think. But anyway, somewhere between these two things, got a little, not so little actually, kind of a big baby swimming around. I'll just show you with my clothes. I really feel like I'm just growing every day. Yep. So the only other news this week is that I've been feeling really frustrated. I think part of it is being sick, so I've been less productive than usual in sort of my free time. But I just feel like between working and doing the bare minimum of what we need to do to, you know, continue to get settled in our house and just keep up with life, I just don't have as much time as I want to sort of do baby prep. I always had these dreams of these projects I would do and the time I would spend sort of preparing, and I hope that'll come. I hope I can make time for it a little bit later on. But right now I'm just really feeling that. You know, I need to be working right now. I think it's always a good idea to just stash away the extra money. But it's frustrating. I'd really like to be even just working part-time and just have more time to devote to sort of, you know, this special time that we're at in our lives, because you can't really get that back. So if you have any tips for dealing with that feeling, if you know what I'm talking about, yeah, I'd appreciate it. If you haven't already seen the giveaway I'm doing this week, you still have a little over a week to enter. It's open to anybody, not just TTCers, but there are certain prizes that will definitely go to someone who is trying to conceive. So check out, it's the previous video, and go ahead and enter. As always, thank you guys for following my story and for all of your comments and support. So the best thing about this week is that we have started tossing around ideas for a possible baby moon. We never took a honeymoon because about a month after we got married, we moved from Alaska to where we live now, which was like 4,000 miles. So we were just too busy. And we've taken, you know, we've taken some little trips, but we've been really wanting to do something. We both love to travel, and as like sort of the window for, you know, having more freedom to travel is starting to close, we're really excited to try to take some sort of trip, just probably not too far, probably in the same state or in a neighboring state. But yeah, so we're tossing around ideas, and that's really exciting. Hopefully that's something that'll happen in the next maybe 2 months or so before we get too far along. Yeah, so I really hope it works out. I'm really excited, and yeah, it's a really fun thing to look forward to. If you are planning to take any sort of baby moon, tell me about it. I'd like to know your ideas. All right, bye guys.